The Atlantic magazine has published what it describes as real-time U.S. military attack plans against Yemen's Houthi rebels, shared in a Signal group chat that mistakenly included its editor-in-chief. The texts, allegedly sent by top Trump administration officials including Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, detail specific timings of F-18 and drone strikes, missile launches, and even mention the collapse of a building in Sana'a, where a Houthi commander was reportedly targeted. The messages appear to show minute-by-minute updates of the March 15th operation, with Hegseth writing that they are currently clean on OPSEC, adding Godspeed to our warriors. Waltz later sent a message referencing positive identification of a high-value target entering a building that was subsequently destroyed. The leak comes after the Atlantic's editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, revealed earlier this week that he had been accidentally added to a Signal group where senior government officials were openly discussing military operations. Goldberg has not disclosed all contents of the chat, but says the information could have endangered U.S. personnel had it fallen into the wrong hands. While the White House and President Trump have played down the incident, insisting no classified information was shared, the newly published messages have drawn sharp criticism from lawmakers. Democratic Senator Mark Kelly called for Hegseth's resignation, describing him as the most unqualified Secretary of Defense we've ever seen.
If they were like mid-level or even senior officers in the military, admirals, generals, they would be fired for this. This is clearly against the rules. It's against the law. It should never have happened.
Representative Maxwell Frost called it a massive breach of national security.
Just 24 hours after we learned that members of this administration, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Vice President J.D. Vance, and other top decision makers are responsible for one of the greatest national security failures of this century. It is our most basic duty as the Committee on Oversight to find out how this could have happened and what damage could have been done and has been done to our national security.
Caroline Levitt doubled down on Wednesday, calling the story a hoax and reiterating that no classified data was exposed.
Here are the facts. The National Security Advisor has taken responsibility for this matter, and the National Security Council immediately said, alongside the White House counsel's office, that they are looking into how a reporter's number was inadvertently added to this messaging thread. We have said all along that no classified material was sent on this messaging thread. There were no locations, no sources or methods revealed, and there were certainly no war plans discussed.
Waltz, who admitted to creating the chat, said he takes full responsibility, calling it a mistake but one the administration is now moving past.
And look, I take full responsibility. I built the group. My job is to make sure everything's coordinated.
Meanwhile, The Atlantic continues to defend its reporting, stating the messages it received revealed key operational details, including weapons used and attack sequencing, during an active military campaign. The leak raises questions about security protocols at the highest levels of the US government and whether sensitive information was shared on an unsecured platform. The investigation is ongoing.